Xavier says having kids around is crazy because kids will be like, we should have cake and ice cream for dinner, and I gotta act like that sounds like a bad idea.
I mean, once in a while.
Oh yeah, no, that's terrible. We can't do that.
Listen, man, if you want to cure depression, eat lots of cake and ice cream. I'm telling you.
Ninja.
You know what's funny? I was grocery shopping yesterday, right? Because
That's funny. Go on. Sorry.
It automatically sends it into your tent.
Oh shit. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Sorry guys, my bad.
Just tell him to think fast, Chuckle Nuts. Oh god, never mind. I saw what you actually did.
Whoops. Whoops.
Get our dicks out.
What?
You fit.
No. Wait. Here's this mommy store.
You couldn't afford them.
You think so? Are they that bad?
No, they're high class mommies.
There's no budget mommies?
You gotta go around back for that.
I'm alright with that. I love it from the back. The music is?
No, it's not at the stream, so don't worry.
Okay. I definitely used the wrong teleport. Wait, huh?
No, you didn't.
Huh? Wait.
Recharge your prayer first, then come back. Yeah.
No, I did. I clicked on... No, I mean, I walked next to it and then teleported away from it. Whatever, dude. I swear to God, I feel like my health reset there.
Hey, got new fish, wanna see? You know?
This could have been a... Ow, my fucking face! It was worth it. It was worth it. You're welcome, team. Yours says, I don't know, but it had semi-vampire pretty boys biting us in cages. What the actual fuck was going on over there? Oh my God.
Yeah, you.
Oh, that's you.
But yeah, I'm actually watching Holland.
Panda, you were just there taking headshots, dog. Like, what?
I just jumped at you and it looked like you were so scared of me being there. It was just like, hey, what's up, dog?
Because I thought that was a fucking enemy Hulk that was about to, like, fucking beat my
I just
ass,
wanted to
dog.
hang out next to the boy for a second. I was just like, hey, man, what's up? How you doing? I'm not going to key my bathroom door. Jesus.
I'm just saying, even if you did, it wouldn't help.
I mean, even then, you could just kick the door at some point. Like, it's just an interior door, unless it's like a steel door. You know what I mean? Even if it's an exterior door, there's windows, right? Like, you can really, you really cannot stop someone from getting somewhere where they really want to go.
If Beatrix kicked the door down to glomp you, you're not allowed to be angry at that. That is fucking funny. And I'm sorry if that invades your personal space or whatever. I don't give a shit.
It's true.
You're not gonna be able to tell anyone that, and they will never have sympathy for you. That's too funny.
No one is gonna ever understand my perspective.
Nah, sorry, bro. That's fucking hilarious.
Why are you looking the wrong way? What's your problem?
Why are you looking at me looking the wrong way, bitch?
True. All right. We want to flip you horizontally, right? Yeah. Shame about your books being backwards and all that.
You'd be able to read them if you were as smart as me.
Are you gonna move? No.
No, I'm gonna die. I wasn't looking.
So like in a self-defense situation, you might need your dick to be spring-loaded? Like, what do you mean? What is
you don't need to go to violence, dude. What are you talking about?
Well, you said it would give somebody a black eye, so I figured it might be good for self-defense.
We can use that power for other stuff. Like, you're in a sinking car, you just fucking fell off the bridge, right?
Yeah.
You fucking use it to smash the window.
Oh, I see. That's true. You gotta, it's a little bit of an awkward, like, you fucking take off the seatbelt, you like flip over.
You'd probably like put a napkin over it or something. You want a glass in it, you know? Like, you know it's not gonna do much, but you do it anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, I'm there. Oh, man, I need to get an animator.
The more you know. Am I mining? No, I'm not. Thanks, mate.
What?
Thanks for fixing this.
Oh, I was like, I didn't say shit. I didn't do shit. What are you talking about?
Actions speak louder than words, idiot. See?
I mean,
See, they didn't even speak that loud, did it, when I called you an idiot? If I did actions there, it'd been way more hurtful.
that's fuck. Oh my fucking god, you're right.
I'm always right, man. They could be from different countries. Dude, people say AI's bad. Like, you've shipped one individual olive from around the fucking world to make a variety pack, dude. That's fucking insane.
I think
The amount of...
I think the strains of olives originate from different countries, but they're all grown in California together. So.
Nah. They get them from China, fucking Madagascar.
Olives from around the world. From around the world.
It's fucking stupid, bro.
Oh my fucking god, dude. Oh my
You
fucking
like,
god.
you could drive a fleet of Hummers to and from work and you wouldn't cause that much environmental damage. I've seen, like, I don't know if technology's got better, but there was like a switch they could add down there. Underneath your skin, you just go tick, click it and you get hard.
I love there being a switch.
Yeah. They've also given it to, like, guys with the what would you call it? The original PP guys, sure. People just have trouble having boners. They put the switch in there too. Just press it.
I see.
The wife can just, like, literally turn you on.
Cool. Voice activated. Kolya says, all I know is a fucking pump in the ball sack.
I think the switch activates the pump.
I love to think that it's like a fully manual pump. It's like, yeah.
It's just a hose you blow into.
I don't think the sound conveyed literally over the mic at all, but
Want me to redecorate your garden, bitch? I'll be planting sunflowers. Those things are a nightmare, man. They walk around.
Sunflowers?
You know about that? Yeah, they move. They move a lot throughout the day.
They just turn, right?
No, they actually move.
What do you mean by that?
They're gonna be in different locations in the soil every day.
What do you...
Fucking...
What do you mean by that?
Listen, dude. Listen, just fucking ask a guy who knows about sunflowers, bro. Don't take my word for it. They move. They move.
What do you fucking mean by that?
I mean, they're like the weeping angels, bro.
Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking
Look it up. Look it up. Fucking Google how much the sunflowers move.
I got a quadra.
God damn.
I held the button.
Oh yeah, Scarlet, of course. Wait, what does that do? Psylocke, you can't go through the wall with that ultimate. Yeah, just walk away, Enchain. Yeah, that's correct.
These have to be bots with how often they're changing fucking characters.
Oh, that's a dead giveaway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'm having fun.
Yeah.
Wow, it's like this is the reason why they make the bot matches. Oh shit!
It does Iron Man.
Leaving's not gonna save you.
Unrelated, but yes, you're correct.
Shit, I'd leave if it would say. Oh. Well, I got bad news for you. Or good news, depending on how you look at it.
Plop.
Oh no, you lived. Oh, never mind.
Takes a second, yeah.
Or whatever, because the mayor or commissioner or whatever that guy's job is, he is a murder person. Like, that's just what he does. He fucking he killed her and was like planning on stuffing her or something. It was very, very weird. There isn't a good way of stuffing someone. I was gonna say not in but it's always bad. You know what I mean? Like, there isn't a good way to stuff a human person. It's not good. What's up, Savage?
Hey, bro.
Time. Yo, what up? It's your boy, that Bath Punk Panda. I am extremely well rested today, I must say. I went to sleep at like 11 p.m. or whatever, soon after my stream was ended. And I woke up just about on time, 8 o'clock. So it would have been an hour ago. And like, honestly, it doesn't get better than that. So this is as good as it's gonna be. You see me in prime form today. So if you're disappointed, don't worry, it doesn't get better. You're not missing out on anything. Why did I make 160,000 gold? What's up with that? I guess the economy like fixed itself a little bit. All right, so today we're doing some Wintertide for now. We could probably do our dailies, actually, now that I think about it. Maybe we should do that. Sure. I got some time to do some stuff. Why not? A little bit of daily action. Never hurt nobody. Hey everybody, how's it going? So Oz is here. Lunar Luxury. Fantastic name, by the way. Polya, of course. Snake with the first, as always. But yeah, we're gonna be doing some Wintertide mostly today. Maybe we can finish that. If not, not a big deal, but I would like to. There's a lot actually happening today if you want to look at it that way. So we're gonna be playing Monster Hunter Wilds. That's with Delta, Zeph, and Katakato, just like normal. I don't have a rake, so that's gonna be a little hard to do. What else? So then we're gonna have a little bit of a break before a stream with Papa Spud. We played, what is it, Demonologist with Papa Spud Twitch? His name is Papa Spud Twitch technically, but I like to think of him as Papa Spud. But yeah, we played Demonologist back in the day. It's been probably a year and a half now. Not quite last January. It might have been like February, somewhere in there. But it was with Papa Spud Twitch, Bun King Ellie, and Miss Suck. So it was a long time ago. Long time ago. But we had a good time. I didn't care for that game very much at all. Well, I had a good time with the people, right? It was a fun time with the friends. Haven't really collabed with any of them more or less since then, right? But been on good terms, obviously. No bad blood between us. Just been hanging out, vibing on their stuff mostly. Koya says, oh, they absolutely walk, but they're bad at it, so they trip and fall all the time, coincidentally always during big storms. So Koya is, oh, I should have definitely raked that one more time. So Koya's making a joke about trees walking, I guess. I think that there are some trees that are known to walk, but I don't think that they actually physically walk. And honestly, it's like not something that I'm particularly interested in, which is perhaps evident in the fact that I only somewhat am aware of it, rather than like, oh, this is a thing that I've heard about and I'm willing to share the knowledge that I have. It's like, it's something that I like have a moderate interest in at best. You know what I mean? It's like not that important to me, really. But I do know, or did know, I guess still do know, that sunflowers did like turn to face the sun. So we go to Wintertide now. We might have actually missed the start of the next game at this point because it took me so long to get that shit done. That's okay. We have adamant bolts and diamond bolt tips that we can use in the meanwhile. Oh yeah, we absolutely missed the start of the next game. Not even close. That's fine. We'll add this and this. Total of 300k. We got plenty of time for that. So we start Monster Hunter Wilds at 11, so we got a couple hours before that. Did I say what we were playing with Papa Spud Twitch? It'll be Peak, which is, I don't know. We were talking about friend slot games yesterday as well, and I really don't like the name of the genre. Like, it seems like really, truly, like needlessly negative. Like, friend games, I think, is a perfectly fine way of saying, you know what I mean? Friend slop is like more than a little overbearing. Like, it's like really friend slop is derogatory for that genre. Streamer game is what I was calling them, and that's like kind of a bad name as well, but at least it wasn't like intentionally negative. But yeah, Peak seems like it's okay. I don't have a problem with Peak so far. I think Repo is like in a lot of ways the peak of the genre, to be honest. It's hard to say because, like, what are you looking to get out of them, you know? Toya says, damn, Slop really is a bit over the top. I think so. I think so. But, you know, a lot of the people who don't like those kinds of games, you know what I mean? I'm sure we're weighed in on it. But also, some of those games definitely are closer to Slop than they are, you know, inspired, like, novel concepts, if you will. It depends, right? And, like, where you start doesn't necessarily determine whether you're not your Slop, if that makes sense. Like, you can be a game with, like, great bones, even if you're just, like, an asset flip right from the start. And I think an asset flip is a great kind of game to call Slop, because it's like, oh, well, it's, you know, it's just been thrown together. But that doesn't mean that it's a bad design, you know what I mean? You can start with anything, you know? A sketch doesn't really mean all that much by itself. They can turn something that's nothing into something fantastic over time. I don't know. I just feel like it's really mean-spirited more than anything else. But I think it's going to be what we call them, you know what I mean? I think that's going to be the name from now on. Which is fine, I guess. It's not like, you know, games in the, or names of genres in the gaming space are like anything approaching like appropriate and also like non-derogatory to begin with. Like, Metroidvania has never been a very good like genre. Roguelike and roguelite is even worse in so many ways. You know, it is what it is. I guess it's fine. It's just not as good a name as I would have chosen myself, but it definitely invokes a feeling. That's like almost like a narrative being imparted upon, you know what I mean? Like the very nature of the name. It's like, oh, well, yeah, you shouldn't like these games because they're friend slop games. And that's like way too much of a judgment call, in my opinion. No, some of them are genuinely good games and you're just a fucking hater. You know what I mean? You're calling it that to make it seem like you shouldn't play these games that are genuinely good in some cases. If anything, the problem that I have with that genre is that the friend slop genre, if you will, is like overrepresented in the early access space. I fucking hate early access. Like, as a whole, a lot. And I think that the friend slop genre is like the worst of the worst when it comes to early access, where it's like the peak of the game as far as like the user experience is well before the game is anywhere done. Like, you play so many of those games well before they're at their premium condition or whatever, and you're just never gonna see them at their best. And in some cases, there's no helping it, right? Like, the game Among Us was out for a long time before it popped off in like 2020 or whatever. And nowadays, Among Us is probably better than it's ever been, which is well after its peak in popularity, but at least it was like a fully done game by the time that it was like actually popular. Or at least I think it was done. It was certainly more finished than a lot of other games like in the space now that I don't know if you would consider Among Us a friend slap game. Probably you would, right? Coin says, my friends currently play a friend slap game that I wish to join, Sea of Thieves. I wonder if Sea of Thieves would count as friend slap. It probably does, because it does definitely depend on playing with other people. I think that the more people that you have in a game and the less content there is without your friends, the more likely it is friend slap, right? So like Among Us is like literally unplayable without other people in the game. Like you literally just can't play the, like, I guess you can do the main games, but like not to any end, right? Like it's like a silly thing to do. Whereas Sea of Thieves has a lot of content, especially early on. Well, I'm sorry, especially nowadays. Earlier on, there was a lot less to do in theory, but you could go and do stuff. It's just like for why. But now there's like boss fights and stuff. Like there's things to do in Sea of Thieves. It probably does fit into the genre, but I think that it's much less slop and much more friends, if that makes sense. There's also like a match-made arena mode, I think, in that game, which is like fully not a friend slop thing, I think. I don't think, at least. There's an argument to be made that it still is, but like PvP experiences aren't friend slop, even though they require other players, right? So that's like not the same. Though you could say that it is like definitely derivative enough to be friend slop. I wonder what the like key like watermarks of friend slop really truly are. Because it's like anything, like any group of games or whatever, I think the edges of the game are like kind of fuzzy. Like what makes the genre stand out. Hey Saki, what's up, dude?
Hello.
I think what makes a friend slop game so is a little bit ambiguous, and intentionally so, because you know you're trying to include things by like qualitative feel. Sea of Thieves very well could be one. I could definitely see it fitting. Also, isn't Sea of Thieves free to play? Can't you just join them? Why? What is stopping you from just playing Sea of Thieves? Koya says nah. That's surprising to me. Definitely seems like it would be free to play. That's one of those games that was very much like a No Man's Sky situation. Like on release, Sea of Thieves was lacking in a lot of ways. It was a very ambitious game that was lacking a lot. The water was always great, and the sailing, I guess, by virtue of that, was always pretty good. But like, other than sailing and like just appreciating the water in the game, there was definitely some room for some gameplay. But I think that both of those games are like pretty beloved nowadays, to be honest. I don't think that No Man's Sky is a friend slop game, though. And I'm not sure what makes Sea of Thieves count and No Man's Sky not count. I think maybe because you're like collectively on a ship together in Sea of Thieves, maybe. It's one of those things where I feel like Sea of Thieves might be closer to an edge case, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot more clear, you know, streamer type games in, you know, your Phasmophobias, your Demonologists, your Repos. Koya says, I'm just surprised Sea of Thieves is developed by Rare. I thought Rare shut down. No, never. They were purchased by Microsoft, sure, but no. They were in the Connect mines for a very, very long time. But I don't think that Rare was even like, maybe it was close to being shut down, like behind the scenes or whatever and stuff like that. But no, Rare's been around for a very, very long time. And it's just that they haven't done anything like Sea of Thieves in a long time as well. But yeah, they did Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts in the 360 generation. So it's not even like they've been like out of like regular gaming or whatever. They definitely did do some things, just not very much. And there's also the Rare collection or whatever I think that they did that. I'm not sure that they did. Surely they did, though. A rare anniversary collection or whatever. Let's see. Rare anniversary collection got me Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Wow, the SEO on the game company Rare is really bad. Microsoft. Rare Replay is what it's called. There it is. Yes, Rare Replay was made by Rare. There we go. That's a little more contemporary than Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts 2015, which is like not far from Sea of Thieves, right? Sea of Thieves was probably 2018. Yeah, 2018. So yeah, that's like a reasonable production cycle from one to the next to the next. Seems about right. Toyota says my connection to them are the Donkey Kong Country games, the old ones. Well, yeah, obviously they didn't work on any of the newer, like Tropical Freeze and all of those ones. But yeah, they did much more than just the country games. Much more, as I'm sure you know. Rare was one of like the biggest, like, devs in like probably the biggest third-party dev in the Nintendo space, other than like Final Fantasy or whatever, as far as like notoriety for their, you know, quality gaming experiences. Like the N64 era for Rare was like unrivaled, basically. Like Rare was doing things as good as Nintendo was in that era. It was crazy. Obviously I mentioned Banjo-Kazooie already, but also like Perfect Dark was a thing. Rare was one of the best devs back in the day. One of the best. And they're just not really known for that anymore. I mean, Sea of Thieves, you know, came through and seems like it's doing pretty well, but it's not really a game for me. And when I did play it, the first time it was like fine. More recently I played it as well and it was like better, but like I kind of don't fuck with like the early access. Oh, they fixed it after the fact and it's good now type situation. I say that, but like I've played No Man's Sky post like a lot of fixes. Like I was playing it soon after the patch with like derelict ships or whatever. That was kind of interesting. It was a cool thing to do. That might have been the first time that I played it. I'm not sure. You know what I mean? It probably was the first time that I played it. But yeah, I tend to be a lot more like vaguely aware of games rather than, you know, playing them, especially games that are early access. You know what I mean? Like I don't like spending money on shit that's just like not finished. It's like, oh man, you're excited for this cake? Well, you want to eat some of the dough now? It's like, no, I don't want to eat some of the, like I would rather the cake be finished before I start eating it. Like even if I really would love that cake, not excited to eat it before it's cooked at all. It's crazy. It's like, oh man, we don't have the full cake yet, but here's 3 raw eggs. Enjoy that. That'll be fun for you. Do you have an opinion on friend slap games, Saku?
Friend slap?
You don't know what's meant by that?
Not fully.
Yeah, I would say the same for myself as well. I think that right now it's like a pretty ambiguous kind of genre or subgenre, perhaps. I think it just means whatever you want it to mean at the moment. And maybe it'll be like more refined to something specific later. RPG is kind of like that as well. Like, you know an RPG when you see it, but like it's RPG only really applies when like no other genre applies. Koya says, interesting. They did the Kinect sports games on the 360. Koya, did you hear? I literally said that they were stuck in the Kinect mines. Was like, oh yeah, no, they weren't allowed to make real games because they were in the Kinect mines. They were making Kinect games for the. Did you? Yeah, I know. I know, and you know because I told you. God damn it, Kolya. We were just over this. Savior says, I'll poke a motherfucker in the eyes today the way I feel. What did you do? What did you do, Savior? What did you do? He's like, it's not about what I did. It's about what I'm about to do. No, wait. Stop. Saber says, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning, and now it's the world's problem. Damn, that's crazy. Oh yeah, I never did my polls. Oh yeah, because the stream ended. It ended so fast, I couldn't do anything about it. I guess that's fine. We can do the polls today. Xavier says, I'm gonna get to hell after today, and Satan is gonna be waiting at the bottom of the slide. To hell. Like, I just want you to know I'm a big fan of your work. You think that they send you to the bottom of hell with a slide? Wouldn't that be too fun? Shouldn't they just like toss you down like a rocky hill? Like one last thing that you get to enjoy before, you know, everlasting torment. They're like, oh, well, yeah, we figured we'd install a slide. Oh, yes, the Savior is really honoring his name today. Or is really not honoring his name today, excuse me. Savior's always been a little. He's always been a little, you know what I mean? He's kind of been a hot tamale, you know? Oh, he says, yeah, but today especially. No, now he's just explaining the like purview that he's in. You know what I mean? He's always been a little. I think Savior's all right. I think he's a good guy. I think that he's just got a bit of a temper. And also I think that he's a very strong sense of justice, which I don't think is a bad thing as well. It's just that, you know, sometimes he thinks that the world's, you know, karmic justice cycle is a little too slow for his liking, so that he thinks that he should, you know, intervene. You know what I mean? He should make the world a better place in an active sort of a way, which I don't think is unreasonable. It's just that I wouldn't condone some of the ways that you would objectively make the world better actively in first person. You know what I mean? Like maybe you shouldn't directly make the world a better place, but you would be making the world better, you know? So like, I'm not upset, I guess. Savior says, well, I mean, like, to be honest, if there's a stairway to heaven, I mean, to get to hell, you got to be on a slide. I mean, there could just be a continuous stairway from heaven to hell, right? It's just that if you go to hell, they throw you down the stairs. And what's better, like, mentally, right? Poetically, than going to hell by falling down the stairway to heaven? It's beautiful in a way. Saber says, I mean, it's kind of like how people view the Punisher. Yeah, see? Punisher isn't necessarily like a bad guy. He's mostly doing good things. It's just he's, you know, definitely not doing it in a way that is legal or nice. I wouldn't say that he was a nice guy, you know what I mean? That's really what's going on there. Koya says, I'm living life through tunnel vision. Who is the Punisher? Jesus. Do you know who Batman is? Because if you know who Batman is, the Punisher's Batman, except he kills people, I guess. Sure. If you don't know who Batman is, then it's like, okay, I guess I'll have to go through a Superman villain. like surely you know who Superman is. Saber says the Punisher is an anti-hero from Marvel. That's true. I don't think that that's gonna tell you who he is, though. It's just like some background for him. And also, I don't like, if you don't know who the Punisher is, I don't know if you know what an anti-hero is, because he's like the prototypical anti-hero. Koya says, yeah, I was never interested in any Marvel or DC stuff. It's not about being interested as so much as like being aware, right? Like, you don't have to be interested in Spider-Man to know who Spider-Man is, because Spider-Man has had like fucking 12 big like pop culture movies, you know what I mean? Like, you can't just not know who Spider-Man is. You can't not know who Superman is. I mean, you could in theory, but it's like truly remarkable to not be aware of Spider-Man or Superman. It's like truly impressive that like somehow you're like, super who? Like, wow, nothing? You don't know the S, the red cape doesn't mean anything to you? Not at all? All right. It's possible. It's just seems pretty unlikely to me. Punisher is definitely more niche than those other two, though. That's not unreasonable to me. But if you don't know who the Punisher is, you don't know who an anti-hero is. Or you might not even know what an anti-hero is, I would guess. Unless you're just like deep into literary tropes, but like somehow avoided superheroes entirely. Well, he says, I mean, yeah, but that's what I mean about tunnel vision. I pick up on what people talk about and that's it. No one ever mentioned Punisher around me until now, so I've never heard of him. Well, he says, of course I know anti-heroes. You say, of course. When I say anti-hero, who comes to mind? Is it like an anime thing? Because like in like the Western world, like if I Google search anti-hero, I'm going to get a picture of the Punisher. That got Batman, which is funny. Harley Quinn, Winter Soldier, Loki, those are kind of true, I guess. Prowler is an interesting choice. Sort of. Yeah, I did get the Punisher, but it was further down than I expected. A lot of these characters are newer, to be fair. Not the ones that I listed. I'm looking at like Stained from My Hero Academia is obviously newer than the Punisher. You know what I'm saying? Koya says, I'm thinking of a character from a German animated YouTube show made by YouTubers about YouTubers. You know, that's fair. When I said, when you hear anti-hero, who do you think of? I didn't mean like, what's the first thing that like comes to your mind, but as like, what is the prototypical example of anti-hero is really what I was going for. That's fair though. I did specifically ask. Iron Man is not an anti-hero. Severus Snape, I guess technically is an anti-hero though. It's kind of interesting. Brad Pitt in Fight Club might technically be an anti-hero. He's just a fucking hero, to be honest. Like, I don't know. Toya says, oh, I don't know. Never talked about people's idea about anti-heroes, so I wouldn't know. So what you're saying is you have no idea what would be the most popular. Like, if you asked 100 people, you have zero clue what people would. That's such an interesting way to live life. I've never been like, the way that I engage with the world is by like aggregating consensus for things. It's so interesting to me to like have zero idea what like people generally think about things. I guess I just like care about what people say as opposed to just like engaging with stuff myself. Because I feel like my opinion is just like my opinion. It doesn't matter by itself. Whereas if I have like, you know, some kind of aggregate consensus, it has some weight to it. Even if it isn't like a decisive thing, it's not going to determine whether you like something, but it's like there's some kind of like universal appeal to something that is significant in some way. Toya says, I just focus on what I like and what my friends and family like. What others do and like you don't care about. I mean, that's fine. It's just so totally different from how I would ever look at anything. Because like what my friends and family like is irrelevant on the scale of like the world. You know what I mean? But like, whatever. It's not like what the understanding that I have of people's public perception is relevant in some way. It's not like I'm gonna be, you know, the envoy for humanity when aliens come down from on high to speak to us or something. If I was, then that would matter, but obviously that's not a very realistic thing to have happen. So I feel like it really isn't important to have kind of a consensus, like generally. I just feel like it serves me as like a way that I can, I don't know, engage with media in a way that's like, I don't know. I feel like it's more honest. It's like less personal and thus like more, how do I just say this? It's like more true to like the general reception of something as opposed to just saying what I thought about something, which is like definitely strictly more honest, right? Because it's like there's like no obfuscation there. It's just this is what I thought in like my raw thoughts. But I feel like that can be deceptive, you know what I mean? Like in the way that you give somebody half of the information that they really need or whatever. Like, oh, this is my favorite movie, but you know, critically it got, you know, an 8 out of 10 and generally the popcorn-o-meter's 50%. I think saying that it's just my favorite movie is like really not setting somebody up for success, right? Whereas you give them the other 2 bits of information, it's like, oh, okay, it's your favorite movie. Like, it's like 50-50 generally, and the critics liked some things about it, right? I think that tells you a lot more information. I was watching this YouTube video, I think it was Patrick CC, who does like a lot of biopic type stuff. But this video was a little different in that he was talking about like the idea of a monoculture, which is like a prevailing, like, I don't know, would you describe it? It's like a prevailing, like almost like an intrinsic aspect of humanity, or at least it has been until recently. Because with the age of the internet, especially like post 2010s, there's just like so many different things to pay attention to. There's so many different things going on, so much media that you can consume, that most people don't like see the same things anymore. And this is a relatively like new development in some ways, but like, you know, 20 years ago, like you could You could talk about like the summer blockbusters or whatever, like the big movies of the year, and just about everyone would have seen them. And like, and if they hadn't seen them, they would definitely know about them, right? Like the movie Titanic was fucking huge, right? But, and like Jurassic Park and all of those, right? Endgame was very big, but like, especially since Endgame, it's like much less so the case. Koya says that people are interested in what others think about what I live so much. I'm sorry. That sentence is like, it like never ends. Koya says if people are interested in what others think about what I live so much that it truly matters to them, I think they'd look up the general consensus anyway. Okay, so it was like so much as well. So once again, Koya says, if people are interested in what others think about what I like so much that it truly matters to them, I think that they look up the general consensus anyways. So you're saying, why should I do something for them when they can do it themselves, or they will likely do it themselves? I mean, I guess. I'm not trying to convince you to do the thing that I'm doing. I think that it's important to give somebody good information. It's like the way that I live my life. It's like I'm intentionally not going to mislead people as much as I can, right? So I'm going to make a concerted effort to give someone good information about something if I can do that. So that's just the way that I communicate if I can, because I feel like in my life I've had a lot of like half truths or whatever that have like adversely affected my ability to make decisions as well. But that being said, the way that I can communicate, the way that I convey information isn't like perfect, far from it. A lot of people will take what I say about something as if I am like recommending something. Like I'll talk about Clair Obscure Expedition 33, right? And I'll say, that is a contender for game of the year. People seem to love that game a lot, right? People will take that as a recommendation for them to play it from me. Like I was recommending that they play the game. And that's not what I was doing at all. What I was saying is, objectively, given the general consensus, that game is a contender for game of the year because people seem to like it so much, right? I'm not saying that I think it should be game of the year or specifically that you will enjoy Clair Obscure Expedition 33, because I haven't even played it and I don't know your taste in games. That's like totally different the way that I look at it, right? Because I will recommend people games, right? Some games I'll recommend to specific people and some games I'll recommend to literally anyone, right? Because they're just my favorite games. And I'll like completely mask off, say, Outer Wilds is one of my favorite games. I don't care what other people think about it. It's one of the best to ever exist. But generally, it seems that people who have played it really, really enjoy it. But you have to go into that game knowing literally nothing that you like. Anything that you can stop yourself from learning about Outer Wilds, you'd be better off not learning. That being said, I have also experienced some people who are just frustrated by the experience and aren't interested in like, you know, experiencing the like relatively slow development of the game or whatever. Like if you're a certain type of person, it could be hard for you to get enjoyment out of it unless you also happen to be, you know, a kind of like determined to see something through kind of gamer, right? That was a novel experience though. I had never seen that before. I was pretty surprised. You have to says, name one decision that you made. And there's no funny way to respond to that. Answering that question. Ian Drafter says checkmate. Sure. But yeah, so yeah, I don't know. I think that giving people more information is important. That's just me who thinks that. So I wonder if there's a recolor for the Hunleaf pet in Gauntlet. I know that you can use either of them. This is regular Hunleaf. The corrupted one is the same but red. Or at least I think they're the same but red. I think that's the only difference between them. Maybe the corrupted one's like spikier or something. I don't know. You know, it's actually funny. We have so many Skatizo boss skills. We probably will not be able to do them all in one stream unless we dedicate a stream to killing Skatizos. Like, it's gonna take like more than an hour probably to kill them. Even if they're only like 3-minute kills or whatever, we have like 30. So like, we actually do need to schedule some time, I think, to specifically kill Skatizo. That's okay though. It'll be the same day that we do the other bosses probably. You like open with Skatizo, get, you know, our PVM like mental back, and then we move on to other bosses. Zaku, you don't really care about pop culture very much, do you?
No.
Yeah. I feel like I didn't for a very long time, but I don't know what changed. I'm trying to trace it back to like when I started paying attention to like what was happening, and I guess it really started with video games for me. Specifically video games. It's like I want to know what's happening in the gaming industry, which is why like I care about AAA versus AA versus like indie, and also first party versus third party, and like why a lot of people just don't seem to be aware of even the distinction between those things. So ultimately it comes from like the era of, you know, Xbox versus PlayStation or whatever, the console wars type shit. That's interesting. I'm not like very good at like keeping track of developers or anything like that, but I guess I was more interested in it than most. Not enough to be like truly abreast of the situation or anything like that though. It's not like I'm on the cutting edge of like news posts and gaming spaces or anything like that. I do try to like keep up with gaming news though. It's just that the gaming news outlets that I like directly associate with aren't necessarily, I want to say, pervasive. They don't necessarily do a very good job of being like universally, you know what I mean? They do their best, but I don't follow enough of them to like have a good idea of what's happening in all of gaming. I think I did a lot better before, but some of the gaming outlets, or the news outlets, I guess, the gaming news outlets that I followed, like basically crumpled. They're like, Fuck it, I'm just gonna be a streamer instead. Which is fair. It's funny that Friend Slop became the like slop associated game like genre or whatever, because like let's talk about smut slop. Like there's a lot of fucking smut on Steam. Like god damn, I can only imagine that those games do well, because most of the time that I see smut on Steam, it's like new and trending and like 3 out of the 10 are smut, and I'm like, Jesus guys, you guys are fucking incredibly horny. Like that's truly remarkable. That's a lot of smut, guys. Like, because it'll be like a different game every month. Like an entirely different set of games every month. It's like, god damn. Hold on, I need to check out new and trending right now. I need to know right now. Can you fuck completely off? I misclicked on iTunes. Shut the fuck up, iTunes. Get the fuck out of my life. I did not mean to click on you. Please let me close you. All right, new and trending. I heard you did some kind of redeem. I don't care. 1 second. Love in life, happy student. Hell yes. What else? The naughty vampire and the moaning forest. Why is the forest moaning? All right. And anything else? No, just those two. Okay, good. It's just 2 this time. Alice Chaos Dragoness is making me make a haiku. I was so right to ignore that shit. I feel so fucking justified. It was way better to hit that punchline. Okay, we can do that in a second though. Savior says, I just tipped a DoorDash driver a blunt because I didn't have any cash, bro. I was hyped. That's awesome. Wait, you tip in like cash? I always tip like through the app when I get DoorDash. Ninja says, yeah, and maybe some people don't realize when you play a game on Steam, it notifies your friends when you're playing. They don't know that you can go invisible. I saw that one of my Steam friends was playing a game called Genital Jousting. That's not actually that much of a gooner game. That's more of like a meme, as I understand it. It's not as bad as it seems like it is. You know what I mean? It's almost like a lewd sports game as opposed to like, you know, a game that you would play one-handed, as I understand it. But maybe I'm wrong about that. I haven't played it myself. He like fucking could you chill the fuck out for 1 second, game? I'm trying to think of a haiku. Jesus Christ, that was like tick perfect for like 20 fucking rotations. Could you please just let me think of this fucking haiku? All right. Sorry, I needed to have a gamer moment because that shit was unbelievable. Like, could you fucking please let me focus? All right. Where was I? One-handed wonders. Join me in the hot steam fun. No invisible. Perfect. It was so much better that I waited for the haiku as well. We could make it thematic. It ended up being great. Usually I try not to say anything in between the redeem for the haiku and me making the haiku. I think it was better in this case because I just made it about the conversation that we just had. Alice Chaos Dragoness says, you also have a hidden list of games that when open does not display the game that you are playing. All right, so Alice Chaos Dragoness is definitely a fucking gooner. If you know all that, you are 100%. Also, hey, what's up? What was happy as well? How's it going, dog? 100%. Ain't no way. That's a self-report. You know too much. Saver says, bruh, earn that blunt. Wait. Saver says, I didn't have enough on Cash App to tip. So I gave him a blunt because he picked up my food and was here in 10 minutes. The restaurant was 25 minutes away. Damn. That guy really did try to get here. Holy shit. Saber says, I used to spell it prawn when I was like 10. Prawn? I thought that people spelled it that way on, like, ironically, to like avoid censorship type shit. Hell's Chaos Dragoness says, I was given a few furry games that I tossed into that area. How furry were we talking? Are we talking Dustin Elysian Tale or like extremely furry? Because Dustin Elysian Tale is a furry game, but like there's nothing wrong with playing Dustin Elysian Tale. Savior says, what's a NEET? Not employed or in education? I think it's like a, I don't know if it's a Japanese abbreviation, but but it does come from JP, but it means that you're not employed or a student. You know what I'm saying? Like you're literally just a fucking slacker. The Endrafted says, I spelt it that way because I wasn't sure if it was TOS. Yeah, sure. I think you could say the word porn and it's fine, but you might get in trouble in some streams for saying porn. You know what I mean? Saber says, oh, I saw that as a tag on a hentai site. Neat. That doesn't have anything to do with like porn by itself. That's just like a taste in person. You know what I mean? It's like the tag pathetic in porn. It's like definitely is a genre, but it doesn't like mean anything by itself. It's not like, you know what I mean? It doesn't. Alice Chaos Dragoness says, I have that too. That isn't the type of furry game. The ones I was given was a visual novel. A furry visual novel. A furry visual novel. I think I know of a visual novel that has a furry character in it, but I don't think I know of a furry visual novel. Savior says, your boy went back to the literal graveyard shift, by the way. The literal graveyard shift. So you're working at a graveyard at night shift. I hope you're getting big money for that shit. Back in the day, that was like a pretty well earning job as I understood it. Savior says, yeah, hell yeah. I don't have a problem with that. I mean, honestly, it's kind of aesthetic, to be honest. Like, if you work at a funeral home, I might be attracted to you. Like, low-key. Like, Saber says, I make pretty good dough there. Hell yeah. You know what the best part about working at a funeral home is? The coworkers. Nice and quiet. Savior says, I want to be the person that cremates people, not gonna lie. Hmm. All right. I mean, I don't know what you have to do that. Do you have to like get some kind of a degree for that? One job that I was surprised how learned you had to become in order to like be that is librarian. It doesn't seem like from the outside looking in that a librarian would have to do very much. They're just a groundskeeper of a library, I feel like. But like, no, you gotta learn a lot. It's like rivaling like a doctoral kind of degree, it seems like. There's like a lot involved with being a librarian, I guess. I don't know what it is. I know someone who wants to be a librarian too. I should definitely ask them. Like, what are you actually like going to school to do? Just to be smarter? You know what I mean? Like, what do you... Saber says, I don't have a particular reason for wanting to, but I'd like to have access to a blast furnace for things and stuff. I think you could just buy a blast furnace, bro. Unless you mean a blast furnace that is like human compatible, in which case I have no further questions. And I would insist that you do not inform me of any other of your intentions. Savior says, no, I mean, that's one for humans. Okay, yeah, no, that's all right. I know enough. Thank you. Thank you, no thank you. No more. I would like to know no further about this. I wish you luck in all of your legal and wholesome ambitions. Saber says, my strong sense of justice and all? No, I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know how that's related to your obviously professional endeavors. This might be the last one. I think you get like 13k just from doing, like getting 500 points, and you get 10k from doing, from winning the game. So that's 23k total, right? And 23k doubled is more than 44k. But not by a lot. So maybe we can just do some and just not get the points. That would be fine too, I guess. So we do want to get the fire making experience like kind of close. Saber says, I legit was so bored last night. I was sweeping graves. That's the only part of the that's the only part that sucks about my job. I mean, sweeping graves is like kind of an important part of the job, to be honest. Like the graveyard should be pretty presentable, kind of at all times, right? Like kind of the idea. You never know when somebody's gonna stop by. Oh, thanks for the hydrate whale. You could really level up your like weed whacking game with that kind of a job too, because it's not like there's a lot to weed whacking or whatever, but you can get better at it obviously in a big way. And it's hard to get better at something when you do it infrequently as infrequently as I do, with like just whenever my lawn needs to be cut. Saber says, I'm not required to do it. There's a groundskeeper and all, but I was bored of checking gates and making rounds. Oh, okay. It makes sense that there would be someone who's dedicated to specifically that, being that, you know, landscaping is like its own professional endeavors or whatever. Like you definitely could just want to be a landscaper. I've got this like weed, this like vine this ivy, I guess is what it is. That's like in the bush in front of my house. And I just don't know if I can get rid of it, dog. It's like in that bush, you know what I mean? It's like all up in that shit. So in order to like kill it, I would like need to like truly kill it. I mean, obviously part of it is like you could just like take it out at the roots, right? That is a way that you can kill something like that. But I don't know what I'm doing, man. I'm stupid. Savior says, I do lawn care on the side during the summer months. That makes sense. A worthwhile endeavor. Some people like it a lot too. Like, you know, one of the dad ambitions is like mowing your lawn all the time. Like, oh man, I fucking love mowing my lawn. Fucking love making sure that everything is like perfectly straight with a checkered, you know, it's not checkered, but the patterned runs of the lawnmower perfectly straight down the course. You know what I mean? Like some people like really truly love that shit. I do not. I do not care about that shit at all. Saber says, you ever thought about like if I got 30 yards, if I got 30 yards, that's $35 a pop? $30 yards, that's $35 a pop. Meaning you get paid $35 for 1 yard? Savior says that's $1,050. Shit, I might be in the wrong line of work. Like $35 for 1 yard? Like, I don't know, man. That doesn't seem bad to me. Maybe it is though. Maybe it's slower than I thought that it is. If you got a riding lawnmower though and a truck to move it around, like it's a pretty nice gig. Saber says I got $25 for smaller yards. Yeah, I got you. I definitely prefer doing my own though, because like it's not that big a deal. It just needs to be shorter for me. Like I'm not too worried about it looking like nice. Saber says, but I just cut and weed eat though, so you don't take care of like foliage, like bushes and trees and shit. I guess that's like mostly all you would need anyway. Most of the rest like doesn't matter that much. Now that you mention it though, not only do I want to take care of that ivy, there's some trees that are like, the trees themselves are fine, but they have like growth that's too low to the ground. I think I want to make it so that all of the like leaves and branches and stuff are like taller than I am, you know? And I can definitely do that. All right, so the idea is we don't get enough points, or otherwise we teleport out. Saber says, nah, I don't do brush removal or anything. I trim the bushes and stuff, but I charge $8 a foot for foliage. Okay. So you got all kinds of different hardware for that shit then. I've just got like, I forget what they're called. One kind of like bush trimmer with like the toucan beak kind of thing. I got one of those. I've got a shitty little electrical weed whacker, which I think is great for my yard. It's like small and it's not that big a deal. And then just a regular lawnmower. Saber says, so typically people pass on the foliage because you do $8 a foot for foliage. I got you. I do have this bush though. I did an okay job of like making it reasonable, but now the ivy that it has growing on it is like very obviously a problem. Not like a problem, but like, you know what I mean? It's like kind of overgrown. So I kind of want to do something about that. Just not sure how that manifests quite yet. Saber says it's gonna be a problem soon. Sort of. I mean, what I've done in the past is just like trim the ivy itself back in the same way that I've been trimming the bush, you know? And that's like fine. Just means that the ivy and the bush are like together, you know, trimmed into the same space. I think we can do 2. I can't do that though. I can't do this. All right. We have to teleport out because we'll get too much experience. There we go. All right. Fire making's done. Um, 50 minutes. I kind of changed my mind at the last second because I want to go to the GE and get my blood moon set, I think. I think it's time that we start looking at doing attack and strength. Look at the cape collection, bro. Also, what is this cape? This one that's not here? This is a construction cape. Oh, it's up in my house. That's right. Xavier says, it's been so hot the last few days. Shrek has been in my pants arguing with my ass about whose swamp it is. That's crazy. I like the little cape collection. Blood Moon. Xavier says it was 106. That's pretty bad. Pretty bad. What are we doing? Blood Moon. Can I get the whole set? Of course not. Is there any reason to get the unrepaired version? I imagine the difference between them is like negligible, right? Whoa, why is the price so different? How much does it cost to repair this? Should I be repairing this myself? Is it like a smithing issue?
It's like 1.5 mil to repair.
It's 1.5 mil to repair it? Jesus.
Or maybe that's a whole set. Oh, let me check.
Jesus. What do you mean 104 smithing? Who's using an orange stew to boost their smithing to repair this? So I think you do profit from buying this shit and repairing it. It's crazy.
750k to repair at 99 smithing.
I don't even think I'm gonna be able to buy this shit. Alright, hold on. Let's just buy it prepared, because apparently it's just not for fucking sale. Bruh. Is this the real life? There we go. Oh wait, I need the weapon too. Some mac and cheese with that blood moon. Oh yeah. Now I'm a cosplayer. I guess I could go with Alter. How much does the Alter ring give? It's like plus 12. Is that like enough to make a difference? Like one max hit? I don't know if I care about that. That's a lot of money for literally one max hit. Wait. You also have the blood infusion spec because of this set bonus, huh? That's interesting. I guess I used the Quetzal whistle to get there. Tony says, well, fuck, Discord wasn't working yesterday. Still doesn't work now. Uninstalled it and reinstalled it, but there's an error when trying to install it. Beats me, dude. I was kind of at the GE, so maybe I should have just purchased a teleport directly to here. Not a huge deal. Oh, is this doesn't even give me an error code, just a log? I don't know. I've never had any problems with Discord, to be honest with you. Well, maybe something here now and then, but for the most part, it's fine. It's gonna be way too much. Weird that it coincidentally was the same amount. How do we get this one? Okay, that'll take me back to where I was. So I want that one. I kind of like this, that this place is a little bit of a maze. It's not so much of a maze that it's impossible, but it's just a little bit like, I don't know how to get where I'm trying to go. No, interesting. This place is just full of people. I guess that makes sense. Should turn entity hider off. Also, I can just go to like a total world probably. Probably won't be anyone here. Looks like a promising location. So what does this spec do exactly? Sacrifice 25% of your current HP to deal an attack with 25% increased accuracy and damage with a guaranteed set effect activation bonus on hit. This special attack requires the full blood rager set to be worn. Oh. So it is technically better to use the spec than to not use the spec, but then I'm dying, so I need to like eat food in order to like continue to use it. So I don't know about how viable it is. These guys drop like a rune crafting thing, right? Man, you really do kill these dudes. Holy shit. So this might be worse than over here, despite these guys spawning pretty closely together, because the NPC aggression will run out eventually. And I think I have to go further from here to reset the NPC aggression, whereas I could maybe go from like this side to this side, back and forth. Not an issue for now, but eventually the NPC aggression will be a thing. I think these guys drop their swords too. Like 77k or something like that. Maybe a little less nowadays. Oh. Imagine missing. Wait, so you can miss with each individual attack? That's interesting. So that's like truly 2 misses then. How am I missing with 109 attack twice? What's going on? Oh yes, of course. This is the crush stab weapon. Is the sulfurous essence the rune crafting thing? Basically has to be. I don't know what the fuck that is. Sulfurous essence. This can be given to Ayet Lally for 50 rune crafting experience each. Okay. Ayet Lally. So yes, we want this. This is good shit. We'll need several million in order to finish rune crafting. 50 experience each. We're talking 9 mil or so. Just, well, actually, it's not that much. 180k. You get 6 to 10, 1 to 32. 1 out of 32. 6 to 10. So what? We'll say an average of 8. With 1 out of 32. Okay, so this divided by 8 times 32. We only need to kill 720,000 of these. For the low price of 720,000 sulfur naguas, I too can get 99 rune crafting. And we've been doing this for not long. So far we're at 37. So we're killing 144 over, we'll say 18. No, I'm sorry. It's the other way around. 18 over 144. That times 60 is how many minutes we've done this. 7.5 minutes. And we killed, it was like 37.
You know, after passing through this hallway like 500 times, I have never seen this room before.
No, you've seen this room because you have to walk through it.
I have not seen this room because I don't walk through this room.
Oh, you've gone this way?
Yeah, I spawn at the cooking site, then I go to Blood Moon,
Okay.
then I spawn back at the cooking site, and I get out by the bottom.
But yeah, 7.5 minutes is how long it took me to kill. It was like 30 something. So 34 divided by 7.5. That's how many kills a minute? No, wait, I did that the wrong way around. No, kills per... No, that's right. 4.5 kills per minute? I guess that is true. It doesn't take me that long. to kill any of these. And we have to kill 720,000. That divided by 60 is the number of hours. So for the low price of 2,600 hours, 2,700 hours, we could be finished with rune crafting. Yeah, that's definitely way better than the 150 hours it'll take at Urania. There is a world where you don't have to actually protect melee, but a prayer is basically free here anyway, so who cares? Surprised how quickly we drank through these potions as well. I mean, we are praying piety, so I guess I shouldn't be terribly surprised. So the defense part of the Moonlight Potion is always active, but the strength and attack boosts decay. It's such a weird potion. Okay, I think I lost NPC aggression. So my rate ends up being something like 145k an hour. That seems about what I would expect. The nominal rate's like never true for me. Oh my god. That sneeze caught me by surprise. I kind of wish this was a multi-combat area. What the fuck? Did that guy just hit me for prayer damage? What the fuck was that? You guys have that attack? Why? Boy says, wait, that was a sneeze? Yes. Why would I lie to you about that? What the fuck, man? They have fucking prayer draining attacks. Boy, this sounds like those hiccups that hurt your spine. Well, you heard the first part of it. I muted before you actually heard the sneeze. This is a weird thing to talk about. Yes, it was a sneeze. Stop making it weird. It's fine. Wait. You gave me 1 unnoted coal and 9 noted coal? What the fuck is wrong with these guys? These guys are fucking animals. And they keep draining my prayer by 5. Okay, so these ones drain your prayer, but those ones don't? Like, what the fuck? Why is this? Why these specifically, by the way? Why am I training strength and attack on these? There's a couple reasons. So these enemies happen to have negative defense. There aren't that many enemies in this game that do, which means that the lowest damage that you can roll on them is like 2 or 3, and it's also very easy to hit them despite me missing. They're also aggressive, which means that they'll, you know, aggro you despite the level gap. He's level 98 and I'm 122 and he still attacks me. And these weapons, the what are they called? Macquahuitl, I guess. I call them the mac and cheese. The dual mac and cheese. They double hit, as do a lot of weapons like this. This just happens to be the best one of the double hitting ones, which means that the defense, the negative defense that these guys have, you get bonus, basically free damage for, which means bonus experience, basically. In conjunction with that, this is also a place that gives you free prayer and free combat potions. I think these combat potions are actually better than the regular combat potions do. It's hard to say. I have 125 defense. That seems like a lot of defense. But I also finished maxing defense already, so maybe it would be a lot more similar if my strength was already 99. I don't think so, though. Seems like a lot. Plus 11 for plus 4 seems like a lot, but whatever. But yeah, these potions are very easy to make and also quite good. Free as well. They also drop Sulfur's Essence, which is rune crafting experience. And they have a chance to drop their Sulfur Blades as well, which is like an okay weapon. It's for 77,000 gold-ish, or at least it used to be. Let's see. What? Oh, is it PH? 37,000 gold. So they lost half their value, but whatever. It's like an okay drop. Obviously, for the effort actually involved, it's very, very chill. Nightmare Zone is technically better, but I don't know. This gives me rune crafting experience. I've never done this before as well, so it's nice to try something different. We did a lot of Nightmare Zone back in the day. Well, not a lot. We're going to be doing more of this than we did Nightmare Zone, I think. Scroll box hard? Is this my first? Yeah. Since the stackable clues, it's my first clue. I guess that shouldn't be surprising to me because I haven't done a lot of content that would give me clues. Oh, I didn't get my Wintertod pulse. Shit. We should really do that. This thing also tells me that Watson is ready to give me a master clue, which is funny. I wonder if I can give this to Watson. Or if it needs to be a clue for me to give it to Watson. You know, before I said I didn't care that clues were stackable because it doesn't really affect me in either way. I mean, it makes things cheaper for me, if anything. But now I realize that they're going to start dropping clues again. And that upsets me. I take it back. I'm a fool. I was a fool all along. I don't want to have to pick up clues again. That's the whole reason that I kept the clues in my bank, so I didn't have to pick the shit up. These guys look like they might be too big to fit through, like they're 2x2. I wonder if that means that the Scythe of Atir would actually be better for this. I don't think it is. But the Scythe of Atir does like 3 hit splats, right? So in theory, I feel like it should be as good or better than what I'm doing here. Oh, the attack speed of this gear set is actually better as well. Because this is like a 4-tick weapon that becomes 3-tick when I get my procs or whatever. Whenever there's a blood moon over my head, means that the thing happened. Like that. It's a little hard to tell. But basically the time between... like the time after my first attack to my next attack is shorter when that happens. See, it was slower then. Only by like half a second, but that matters on the scale of, what are we looking at? 5 million experience? 4 million experience? Hey, Apple. Congratulations on the emotes. I missed your debut, unfortunately. I think I was sleeping. Which honestly is probably correct. It's one of those things, man. Like, I always want to be around. But like, if I'm not around because I'm sleeping, that's probably correct. Apple says, I gave people less than 24 hours notice. Yeah, it's true. I don't think that would have stopped me necessarily. Like, I could have definitely still been there, but if I was sleeping, then I don't think I'm going to be mad at myself because like, it's like the most important thing that I could do with my time all the time. Apple says sleep is important. More important. With how behind I am on sleep, I'll say yes, but generally I think I could I could afford to lose sleep now and then. But it's one of those situations, man. I'm gonna die young if I don't start sleeping soon. Actually, I guess I'll die old. Ha! Apple says, yeah, agreed. I have to sleep so much. I don't have to sleep that much, but I've had a pretty maladaptive relationship with sleep recently. And it's starting to adversely affect the rest of my life. It's starting to manifest in a way that is like really corporeal. It's like, oh man, we gotta try to make things stop the backsliding at least. Shit. Wait. Why was the first 27 a max hit, but the second one wasn't? Is my left hand stronger than my right hand? That's crazy. Apple says it really does catch up and it makes it hard to stay awake the more you push it. I used to be able to like stay up for 2 days straight. Now I can't stay up for more than 12 hours. Jesus, Apple. You have to sleep. My left hand is a higher max hit. That's fucking crazy. My right hand max hits for 27, but my left max hits for 28. That's fucking crazy. I kind of do want to get those death runes. What the fuck? Also, why are these death runes so rare? It's like the first death rune drop I've seen. It is the first death rune drop I've seen out of 130 KC. God damn. They dropped copper? Yours says calm down, Tryndamere. No, that my right arm's a lot stronger than my left arm. That's what Tryndamere says. God, it's like you don't know your league quotes from champions circa 2009. I think he was like one of the first champions in the game, right? Apple says that's honestly hilarious, the difference between the arms. Yeah, apparently it matters. I don't understand why, but apparently it does make a difference. Apple has to sleep every 12 hours, huh? That's crazy. Apple says I take naps. Well, yeah, sure. Maybe I should turn this off. See how bad it is when they hit me. Like, do these guys hit frequently or like never? Also, I haven't had my prayer drained in fucking ages. Okay, that guy definitely did hit me just now. I got hit by the prayer draining attack like 7 fucking times over here. So maybe those guys can do the prayer drain too. It just is rare. Just felt like it was super common over here specifically because as I switched sides, I got hit by it like 6 times in 40 seconds or something. Maybe not quite that much. Kara says, I think it's a timed thing. What? Timed in what way? I know that the Dark Beasts have like a ranged attack that they do. I think praying protect is silly. I think I have so much defense that it's fine. I think that the Dark Beasts have like a ranged attack that they do if you attack them before they aggro you or something like that. Versus like their 4th attack or something will be drained. Really? That's interesting. So usually I just kill them too fast. It's like a scripted sequence. Okay, that's very cool. They have like a combo thing, huh? Yeah, I think protecting melee is fine. I think we can just face tank these. It'll be fine. We will take a little bit of chip damage here or there, but I would rather have the bonus prayer. No. Sorry, you had 1 HP left. My bad, bro. My bad, bro. My bad. I didn't mean to leave you with 1 to make you suffer. Kira says it's 5. Okay. So their 5th attack. So when I first switched from the others to these ones, for whatever reason, I had a lot of trouble killing them. Curse says after 5 attacks, they will use a special attack in which they raise their weapon and the player remains within their melee range, including diagonal spaces. After 3 ticks, they will have 5 prayer points drained. Wow, it's got like a whole ass mechanic. Holy shit. That's awesome. Do these guys have a superior? I would love for that to be iterated on in their superior. The soundtrack is very good as well. Next time we do this, we probably will not listen to the soundtrack more, but I like it for now. And we're only going to be here for a little while as well. Okay, that one fucked. That guy actually fucked me up. He did like 15 damage or some shit. I haven't been able to leave the aggro range yet. Or the aggression range. Also, that guy got fucked. 227s and 223s and he's done. I guess that's minimum hits, really, because you have to do 4. Just not maximum damage, technically. You always level strength first because strength increases your max hit, which levels your stats faster. The more damage you do, the higher experience gains you get. So you do strength first always. Between strength and attack. Defense you use ranged. Chinchompas is the best way to level defense by far. Yeah, we'll turn the NPC aggression timer back on next time we do this. Make it a little easier to reset their aggro, so I don't have to click them every time. I kind of do anyway, especially since they're so spread out, but you know, it is what it is. You'll just do this until we run out of prayer. What do we do after we run out of prayer? Do we stay here? If we run out of prayer, I guess we might as well teleport out because there's no reason to stay anymore. Every time you leave this dungeon, the prayer potions that you make turn into water or whatever. So like after you make them, you're kind of like obligated to stay, but I guess I can just reset and do anything else next time. By next time I mean later today, I suppose. All right. What? Why was I in my basement for a second? Okay, we did our dailies. We set up fire making. We figured out what we're gonna do for this. I guess I can make a gear set for this. What is this? Sulfur. So we have a gear set now. I think we're good. Okay. Let's get ready for Monster Hunter Wilds then.